Oh, I know that sound. It's time for the Beer and News Report. Hi, and welcome to the Beer and News Report. Cheers. Today I'm drinking Bavik Super Pils. It's a Pilsner from Belgium. It's really crisp and clean. Now, the reason why I'm drinking this is that I was at a neighbor's party yesterday and they had a keg full of it. Drank it the whole day. I'm a little hurting, so this is what's called hair of the dog, right? I'm sure we've all been there before. Yeah. Cheers. I'm going to take it easy today, and I'm going to do a show about trivia, but more specifically, brand trivia. I used to get this magazine called Games, and this magazine not only talked about board games, but it had puzzles and brain teasers too. I came across this one quiz for brand trivia, and I thought it'd be great to see how my viewers do. So grab a pad of paper and a writing utensil, because I want you to keep score. I put a timer in there, it runs for about 7 seconds, but if you need more time, just pause the video. All right, are you ready? Yeah, we better have a drink first. Cheers. Okay, I'm going to start with a few warm-up questions so you can see how the questions and the timing work. And then after these questions, I'll signal when we're going to do the brand trivia. But you're going to know just by seeing the question. All right, first one, and this is a tricky one. Which social media website is the Beer and News Report not, I repeat, not on? LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Reddit, TikTok, or Twitter? Start the timer. Okay, the answer is number 5, TikTok. Oh, wait a minute. Wasn't there a show on TikTok by the Beer News Report? Yes, but that was about the stuff that I watch on TikTok. I don't post on TikTok because my videos are usually over 10 minutes, and I think the maximum time limit is 3 minutes for TikTok, although I heard they may be extending that to 10 minutes. Okay, next one. Which state has the best school system? Just to be clear, I'm talking about public school system. California, Vermont, Massachusetts, or Utah? Start the timer. The answer is Massachusetts. Here's the ranking by USA Facts website. Now you may be saying, hey, the public school my kid goes to is awesome. And that may be true because this is a listing of the averages in a particular state. So your school may be the best in the nation, but if the state has a bunch of crappy schools in it, then the average drops. Okay, last warm-up question, and then it's time for brand trivia. Which country has the highest percentage of electric cars? Norway, China, USA, or New Zealand? Start the timer. The answer is Norway. With government incentives, Norway boasts that 75% of the new cars sold are electric. And you know what else? Guess what the number one electric car that's sold in Norway? That's right, Tesla. Okay, on to brand trivia. You may not eat Domino's pizza, but I'm sure you've heard of it. Which one is the correct Domino's pizza logo? Okay, look at the choices. Is the red on the bottom or is the blue on the bottom? If the blue's on the bottom, does it have 1 dot or 2? All right, make your guess. Start the timer. The correct answer is B2, blue on the bottom with 2 dots. Did you get it right? All right, next question. If you're eating pizza and not having a beer, maybe you're drinking a Pepsi. Which one is the correct Pepsi logo? Again, is the red on the bottom or the blue? If it's the blue, is the blue on the right side or the left side? Make your selection and start the timer. The answer is H3, blue on the bottom and on the right-hand side. Yeah, it was a total guess for me too. Next, maybe you don't want a Pepsi. Maybe what you like is an A&W root beer. I mean, it's got beer in its name. Which one is the correct A&W logo? Is the A brown? Is the W brown? Or are they both brown? Start the timer and make your selection. The answer is A2. They're both brown. Now, I'm not much for root beer by itself, but I love ice cream floats. That's when you add 2 scoops of vanilla ice cream into your glass of root beer instead of ice. They're great. Okay, now you've had pizza and a drink. It's time to pay the tiller. Which one is the correct Mastercard logo? Is the red on the right-hand side or on the left-hand side? Is the middle color yellow or orange? Start the timer and make your selection. The answer is J3. The middle color is orange with red on the left-hand side. This one might have been hard if you don't have a MasterCard. I don't, but I remember MasterCard. I'm more of a Visa guy myself. Time to fill up the old gas tank. Which one is the correct BP logo? Is it yellow on the outside, yellow on the inside, or no yellow at all? Start the timer and pick the one you think it is. The answer is C2, yellow on the inside. This might be hard if you're an electric car driver, but you're old enough now to know BP and hopefully its logo. Next question. Now that the gas tank is full, let's go to a ball game. Which one is the correct Major League Baseball logo? Is it the one with the ball or without a ball? If it has a ball, is the ball in the red or is it in the blue? Pick the one you think it is and let's start the timer. The answer is I2. The ball is in the blue. This one might be hard for my family because they're more into hockey than they are baseball, but they should still know the logo. Okay, so you're at the ball game. Maybe you snuck some food in because you don't want to pay the high prices. So maybe you took in a Subway sandwich. Which one is the correct Subway logo? Is the Subway with one arrow or two? And if it's two arrows, is the sub white or yellow? Start the timer and make your selection. The answer is F1, Subway with the two arrows and the sub is white. Little side trivia here. My favorite Subway sandwich is the BMT. What does BMT stand for? Bigger, meatier, and tastier. Darn if they don't have that named correctly. One of my favorite snack foods is Slim Jim. Which one is the correct Slim Jim logo? Is the writing in white or black? If it's in white, are the top edges squared or round? Start the timer and make a pick. The answer is D1, white writing with a squared off top. I'm sure we've all seen the Olympics, but do you remember the Olympic logo? All right, tell me which one is the correct Olympic logo. Is the first ring black, is it red, or is it blue? Start the timer and make your selection. The answer is G3, the first ring is blue. Make sure we remember that the next time the Olympics are on. All right, let's talk about government agencies. We all know NASA. Which one is the correct NASA logo? Does the red mark point to the right or to the left? And if it's to the right, does the comment inside go clockwise or counterclockwise? Start the timer and make your selection. The correct answer is E3. The red mark points to the right and the comment goes counterclockwise. That's it for brand logo trivia, but I like board games and I'm sure we've all played Monopoly at one time or another. If you're in jail, can you collect rent? Possible choices are true, false, false except for utilities, false except for railroads. Start the timer and make your pick. The answer is number 2, false. You can collect rent when you are in jail. Now, have you been playing that way? If not, well, now you know. Well, that's it for the questions. How did you do? Hopefully you did well. I got about 50% of them. Anyways, here's the brand trivia and quizzing ourselves. Cheers. Well, as you can see, my beer's almost empty. Excuse me. That means we're at the end of the show. If you want to contact me, I can reach at this email address. Anyway, I hope you had a good time watching the show and I hope you did well on the trivia. Anyways, click that like button, and of course, if you want to get notified of new shows, you click that subscribe button and the little bell icon next to it. That'll notify you when I put out a new show. Until then, keep your beer cold and your interest hot. Cheers.